What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. I'm your host, Mr. BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow me on my Instagram page, B Jizzle, BJIZZLLE. Follow me on my Facebook page, BJ Matthews. Follow my co-host Rick Masters at Rick Masters 23. Follow his Facebook, Browser Masters. Follow us on our YouTube and Spotify page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Continue to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube page where you can find all updated content, all updated videos, all our updated guests. NBA season about to approach very soon, so we're going to get into it more and more. But let's get it popping with this video. Let's go. So, in my humble opinion, Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard are the two best players in the NBA when healthy. So, this question is going to pertain: who is the most unstoppable player in the NBA? Is it Kevin Durant or Kawhi Leonard? Now, I'm going to go through a number of scenarios, a number of things in this video. I want y'all to make sure y'all actually follow and pay attention. And after this video, I want y'all to chime in. I want y'all to tell me, am I right or wrong? But I'm going to go through a number of things of why I feel KD and Kawhi, who I'm picking as the most unstoppable player in the NBA. But before we get started, we got to talk about what the word unstoppable means. So let me look up what the word unstoppable means. So unstoppable, I got the definition right here. Very simple, straight to the point. The capability to impossible to stop or prevent. The capability of being able to be impossible to stop or prevent ties into unstoppable. So unstoppable can be used in anything in life. It can be used in, workplace. It can be used in, school, studies, sports, life, whatever you want to call it. You can use that word unstoppable. It applies to anything. But we're talking about basketball. So when it says stop or prevent, we're going to say basically tied to the offense side of the ball in basketball. So do defenders have the ability to stop Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard? We all know the answer to that is no. But who's the more unstoppable player? So since we got that out the way, let's bring up the stats that each one of them actually averaged in the 2021 NBA playoffs. So KD averaged 34.3 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game, 4.4 assists per game in 12 games off of 23 shots. Kawhi Leonard averaged 30.1 points per game, 19 shots, 7.7 rebounds per game, 4.4 assists per game, and 11 games. So they both played around the same amount of games in the NBA playoffs. So it's a pretty equal, fair measurement between the two players. So that's out the way. Let me ask y'all a question. What does Kevin Durant do better than Kawhi Leonard on the offensive side of the ball when it pertains to scoring? So again, we're bringing back the word unstoppable. So we have to look at who's more unstoppable on the offensive side of the ball, Kevin Durant or Kawhi Leonard. What does KD do better than Kawhi on the offensive side of the ball? Let's look at it. 3-point shooting. Kevin Durant shot 40.2% from the 3-point line in 7 shots. Kawhi Leonard shot 39.3% from the 3-point line on 6 shots. So they equally about the same. KD has the 1% difference. So we gotta give it to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, I agree with that, is a better long ball 3-point shooter than Kawhi Leonard. And I want to be very clear. Kevin Durant is going to go down as having more points than Kawhi Leonard when it's all said and done. Kevin Durant has the capability of being the most leading scorer all time in points in NBA history. I truly believe that on the trail he's going and how the NBA is moving, he has that capability, he has that opportunity. So let's get that out the way. But 3-point, definitely Kevin Durant. Is Kevin Durant a better mid-range shooter than Kawhi Leonard? Let's look at it. In the playoffs, Kevin Durant shot 56.0% from the mid-range, from the 2-point line. Kawhi Leonard, you know how much we want to shoot? You know how much Kawhi Leonard shot from the 2-point line in the NBA playoffs? Kawhi Leonard shot 64.5%. Let me say that again. Kawhi Leonard shot 64.5% from the mid-range from the 2-point line in the NBA playoffs. That's an 8-point difference from Kevin Durant. And 56.0 is a very good shooting percentage. That's above average. You're making more than half your shots. Kawhi Leonard shot 64.5. KD shot 56.0. So it's 1-1. I'll give that nod to Kawhi. Who's better around the rim? Who's better when it comes to playing above the rim? Who has caught more bodies? Well, KD's caught some bodies in his career. In this playoffs, he caught a few dunks on some people, but Kawhi has arguably the 2 most impressive dunks in the NBA playoffs. One dunk was on Max Kleber against the Dallas Mavericks. The other one was on Mr. Derek Favors on the Utah Jazz after Game 4. So as far as playing above the rim, who's a better above the rim finisher? I'm giving it to Kawhi Leonard. I will give it to Kawhi Leonard. If you guys don't believe me, show me the highlights that Kevin Durant had that matched Kawhi Leonard when it came to playing above the rim and dunking on people. Kawhi Leonard, who's more physical with the ball? Who's able to move defenders out the way and able to, invite contact? Well, we know Kevin Durant can. He's all world. He cannot be stopped when it comes to scoring. He shoots a lot of curls, a lot of fades, flames, stuff like that, off of 2-point shots, 3-point shots, stuff of that nature. He can't be stopped. But when it comes to that, Kawhi Leonard can do that as well. He can come off screens, he can come off curls, he can shoot the mid-range shot, he can shoot the 3-point shot. But he can also physically, he invites contact. He loves contact. He loves, pushing defenders out the way, no matter how small or big they are. So that matters when it comes to being unstoppable because, again, if you want to try to stop somebody, you're going to try to make it hard for them to score. And a lot of ways people do that is by trying to bump them and be physical. You can't do that with Kawhi Leonard because he loves that contact. So let me first go back to, again, unstoppable means basically the the capability to be stopped or prevent. Impossible to be stopped or prevent. Now, we just made the point that Kevin Durant has averaged more points than Kawhi Leonard in the NBA playoffs. Kevin Durant averaged 34, Kawhi Leonard averaged 30 points per game. But I also want to say this, and I want people to listen very closely. Just because you score more points do not make you unstoppable than the other person. Bradley Beal averaged more points than anybody in the NBA this season. Would you say Bradley Beal is as unstoppable as Kevin Durant? Would you say Bradley Beal is unstoppable as Kawhi Leonard? Would you say he's more unstoppable than Damian Lillard on the offensive side of the basketball? Unstoppable means that in basketball terms, the capability to knock down different defenders who are thrown at you. So you can have a quick defender on you, a fast defender on you, a strong defender on you, a long defender on you. It does not matter what you throw at me. I'm going to knock all of them down. Now, that ties into Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard because KD, as unstoppable as he is, if I'm the coach and I'm coaching against the Brooklyn Nets, I'm going to tell the person guarding KD, be physical with him, rough him up, hit him, do what you got to do to make it, hard for him to score the ball. Kawhi, you cannot do that once again because he has a bigger frame, he's strong, and he loves contact. Kawhi Leonard can also play. He's very skilled. He has great footwork. He can do it all. He doesn't matter what you do. He will find a way to, get the job done. Again, Kevin Durant, he will be unstoppable when it comes to scoring. But I'm trying to tell y'all, if I'm playing against these two guys and I got to deal with one or the other, I'd rather deal with a guy that I can try to physically go up against than a guy that no matter what I do, I can't do nothing with him on those terms. He's going to still get his 40, 30, 40 points, but it's going to be a hard 30, 40 points for him to score. Like what PJ Tucker did with him against the Bucks, he can't do that with no Kawhi Leonard. Now, I'm going to talk about the last most important component, and this ties into the mindset. Kevin Durant is the type of player that, look, he wants to be, he's a student of the game. I want to make sure I'm being very respectful to KD. KD is a student of the game of basketball. He loves to learn. He loves to be and play with great players. He loves to, learn from great coaches. That's how much of a student of the game he is. So, what has KD done? Over the last few years especially, he has gotten comfortable with teaming up with great players. Now, let me be clear. I have no problem with Kevin Durant did going to go and say I have no problem with it whatsoever. He did what he did. All he needed to do was make sure he won, which he did. So I have no issues with what he did. Now, if he would have lost, then I'll be like, okay, that was a waste of time for him to go to Golden State. But he won. They were dominant. So I have to say Kevin Durant made the right choice by going to Golden State. Kevin Durant has taken the LeBron James approach. Him and LeBron are very similar. The playbook that they use is like, look, I'm going to play with great players. I don't care about the backlash. I don't care about the ego. I want to play with great players and put the best opportunity for me to win. There's players like that they feel like teaming up with other guys that fit their game, who are also great. They look at that as a positive and able to not get caught up into the negative talk that this guy is weak or this guy needs other great players to play. No problem. But we're nitpicking. And when we talk about mindset, that has everything to do with how unstoppable you are. Because again, when it comes to basketball and scoring the ball, and I'm talking to y'all as a player, you have a certain mindset and makeup on and off the court. What Kevin Durant did with Golden State and Brooklyn by teaming up with James Harden and Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard is not that type of guy. Kawhi Leonard is the type of dude that he wants to build his thing and take down the team that is the power team. We saw what he did with the Lakers. Just a couple of seasons ago, he chose to sign with the Clippers over the Lakers for this reason only. He wanted to take down LeBron and Anthony Davis. He didn't want to team up with them. He wants to take them down. On opening night, when he had the commercial saying, "This is my town, LA is my town," that was saying, "Look, I have arrived. I have all the confidence and belief in myself." See, Kawhi Leonard comes off to me as a person who's very tunnel vision, who has more of a Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant mindset. That's like, get out the way, give me a ball. Kyle Lowry, the Toronto Raptors, a team that Kawhi Leonard took to the NBA Finals and won the whole thing, basically said Kawhi Leonard's mindset is like, look, I'm going to get a bucket, get out the way, give me a ball. I'm not passing it. That's a very Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant mindset. That's a very scary person you don't want to mess with on the court, because no matter what you throw at them, they're going to find a way to get the job done. Kevin Durant is very efficient. But even as efficient as he is, he's not as efficient as Kawhi Leonard when it comes to scoring the mid-range shot. And he's only a percentage higher than Kawhi Leonard on the three-point shot. So as efficient he is mindset-wise, Kawhi Leonard still is very tunnel vision, but he also is still efficient at the same time. As well as, if we look at all the times that Kawhi Leonard has said, like, his confidence in the 2021 playoffs last season against the Utah Jazz, after the game that he got hurt in the press conference, one of the reporters said, "Do y'all feel like I can win the Western Conference Championship?" Kawhi Leonard's response was this: I'm not even thinking about that. I want to win the NBA championship." He's so focused on the task that he's not even thinking about the Western Conference Championship. So that means what? You're going to take down the Brooklyn Nets. You want to take down the team that everybody's talking about as the best team in the NBA. Nobody else is saying that. LeBron James, Giannis, no other, Steph Curry are not talking about we're going to take down the Brooklyn Nets or we're going to win the NBA championship. Kawhi Leonard said, "Look, I feel like I'm good enough to win the whole thing," and that's the most dangerous person you don't want to deal with on the court, because there's not a person more scary than the person that has the skills, the talent, and the belief that I don't care what task you put in front of me, me and my team are going to become excel. Nobody expect the Clippers to come back from that Maverick series. Nobody expect the Clippers to beat the Jazz, but that was led through Kawhi Leonard, his resiliency, that he refuses to lose, and he loves the obstacle, he loves the challenge, he loves being the underdog. That again ties into, like, this dude, he will not be stopped. He's going to continue to go. He's not going to be denied. Very scary. As well as he's doing this on the offensive side of the ball, and also taking it on the defensive side of the ball, guarding guys like Luka Doncic and Donovan Mitchell towards, the end of the game and things like that. There's no other player that's doing that in the NBA, being a great two-way player like Kawhi Leonard. Kevin Durant can play defense, but he's not taking the assignment saying, "Hey, I want you to shut down this player." Kawhi Leonard takes that assignment on the player's best scorer. So there's all the components of why I feel like Kawhi Leonard is the most unstoppable player in the NBA, and I see why Marcus Smart, NBA player, said that Kawhi Leonard is the most unstoppable player in the league. Players know that some things that fans don't. When you're on the court with them, you feel it. You just look more than just a stat sheet. So that's my opinion. What y'all think? Y'all think Kawhi Leonard is the most unstoppable player? You think KD is the best unstoppable player? Or do y'all feel somebody else in the league is? But let me know. Until next time, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up. Peace out here like swim well.